Call the meeting to order. You want to read the pledge, Mr. Terry?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to take a few moments to recognize the people that fight for our freedom. And also we want to keep in our prayers the mayor of Plaquemine, Tony Collada. He passed away Friday. Just suddenly had a heart attack. So I want to keep him and his family in our prayers and your own personal intentions.
Also, Chuck, we have an employee that passed away.
Yes, we do. June Richard. He died Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah, so keep him and his family in our prayers. Okay. Okay. First thing, you have a seat. You find a place to sit, Mr. Hill. Did y'all all register at the door coming in? Because we have a public hearing, we have to get everybody registered.
Did we register?
Yeah, sign in at the door. Last council meeting, it was a long one, and we're trying to cut the time down. If you're on the meeting, on the agenda to speak, you have turned in your request. Yes, and if you are, you got 2 minutes to say what you have to say. Hopefully no one repeats, you know, what's being said from the next person that comes up. It's something new and different and not the same repetitious thoughts. And the other thing is we're going to have order. So there'll be no speaking from in the audience unless you come up to the podium here. We need to know who you are, where you're from. And of course, we'll know the purpose you're here for. So if you have anything to say, at the end of the meeting, we have comments from the audience. We'd ask that you take 2 minutes, and if you want to speak, come up to the podium, and we can find out who you are, where you're from, and have it civilized. We can't have all these outbursts like last time. It got, you know, we have to really keep it in order. And we ask that y'all take care of that and do it right. So. Anyhow, we're calling the meeting to order, and I need a motion for the dispensing of the reading of the minutes.
I'll move to dispense the reading of the minutes.
Second.
It's moved by Mr. Ducey, second by Mr. Babineau to dispense the reading of the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, we have a public hearing for the purpose. We have to open up the public hearing. And I need a motion for that, to open up the public hearing. Moved by Mr. Fontenot, second by Mr. Guidry, to open up the reading of the public meeting. You have to vote on it, I guess. No? Okay. We have the some ordinances we have to go over. Behind tab 1, y'all notice we have an ordinance. It's we're considering adoption ordinance number 1086. It's amending the City of Rayne's budget of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2014 and ending September 30th, 2015. If you look behind tab 1, it's that ordinance there that we're going to adopt it. Now we're going to have a public meeting on Wednesday, a special meeting this Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and it's to go over the actual budget itself. Miss Annette is out of town, and she had something that was planned since last year, and there was nothing she could do to change it. She's with us on the web right now. Y'all can't see her, but she's right there in case we have some questions. So we need a motion for that to...
Just need someone to introduce the...
Yeah, introduce the ordinance 1086. I need somebody to
They were
move.
introduced.
Moved by Mr. Duce.
It doesn't have to be by motion.
Okay.
It's just
No,
inter-
Okay,
no,
we
we
introduced them.
introduced them. We have to make a motion.
Has it been introduced?
Yes, we introduced them last meeting.
Yeah, last
Okay.
meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But we
Okay.
have to make a motion to
Sure.
recommend that the approval of the amendment of the budget will be held at a special meeting.
Yes, on Wednesday, at 6 o'clock. So it's moved by Mr. Fontenot, right? Mr. Duce, second by Mr. Gidry,
Right.
and
It's moved by Duce.
Duce and second by Mr. Gidry. We're gonna vote on it, right? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. So we're gonna have that meeting on Wednesday, Mr. Paul, at 6 o'clock. And it's posted and everything else. Also, behind tab 2, you're gonna see that we have we need to consider adoption of ordinance number 1085, which is adopting an operating budget of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2015, and ending September 30th, 2016. That's our new budget for this coming year. That starts on the 1st. So I need a motion on that. Been moved by Mr. Fontenot, second by Mr. Babineau, to recommend approval of the proposed budget. The special city council meeting to be held 6 p.m. on September 16th, 2015. Okay, we need to vote on it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. Okay, now we need a motion to close the public hearing. Moved by Mr. Fontenot, second by Mr. Duce to close this public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. Okay, number 5, ordinances. Under A, you're gonna see, consider having a special city council meeting, this is the one we're talking about on Wednesday, meeting on September 16, 2015 at 6 p.m. to discuss ordinance number 1086, amending that for the 2014-2015 budget, and ordinance number 1085, adopting the new budget, 2015 and 2016. So I need a motion on that. Moved by Mr. Duce, second by Mr. Babineau. Okay, we need a vote on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. Okay, behind tab 3, moving right along. You're gonna see we have, we want to introduce ordinance number 1082, and it's an ordinance to set the compensation for the chief of police. This is something we had done last month, well, actually the month before. And we're amending it because not at the chief, it wasn't the chief's, it wasn't his problem, it was the city. It has always done it historically, the way we had been doing, and there was a slight change that had to be made to make it totally like it should be, and we've made those changes. It was brought to our attention, so unfortunately the chief was involved in it, but it has nothing to do with him. It was the way we've been doing things for years, right, Mr. Larry?
Right.
Okay. Anyhow, we're correcting that, and we appreciate it being brought to our attention. We want to do things right. So we want to introduce that ordinance. Every 4 years, the chief has opportunity to have his compensation set because he's an elected official. And by ordinance, we have to follow it. All elected officials have that option to get a pay increase, and the chief hadn't had one in a number of years, and actually he's well below the standard. I mean, even Dusson was considerably higher. So we voted on it. Of course, we're redoing it right now. And also, I asked the clerk and the deputy clerks in charge, since Ms. Annette's out, and I have a copy of the receipts here from my file where the chief has paid back any payments that he had made toward him based on we assuming that the ordinance was accepted correctly. And his pay started 30 days later, and he's brought that money back to us. We have 2 receipts that I made from the deputy clerk that show that the total is $1,569.24. And it is public record, so if you want it, you can come tomorrow at City Hall and get it. We'll be glad to give it to you. So now that we have this...
I have a question. You said that y'all checked into the budget with the thing with the chief, in meaning, like...
all the cities. We checked with Dusson, Crowley, every, you know, not Church Point, but communities our size. I mean, Church Point, I don't know what Church Point, yeah, we do have Church Points, we had that. But we did Karen Crow, of course Lafayette's in a different league, but we did Karen Crow, Kaplan, Dusson, Crowley. I have the list, I don't have it with me, but he's way below.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You said you checked in it and something wasn't done right. So what I'm saying is you're saying something wasn't done right, because I was questioning about it too and wanted to know, could a raise be given in the middle of a term?
Middle of a term, he was just elected.
Right, that's what I'm saying, he was just elected. That's what I'm saying, it would be like in the middle of a term, like he was just being elected. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not the middle of the term, it's the beginning of his
fiscal year.
The physical year.
Oh, the physical year,
That's what I'm talking
yes,
about.
it's something that's done right after the new officials take office. You see, I took office in January, as we all did, except Mr. Duce, he was here. And it's part of that ordinance that we have to look at making those corrections to the payments, the pay raise of elected officials.
I think what she's asking is, what is the reason that all this came about? We didn't pass an ordinance?
No, it was, the ordinance is in place, it wasn't that.
Right, we didn't have a public hearing.
We didn't have a
before the
public
ordinance
hearing.
was introduced.
Well, we had, we didn't advertise it apparently correctly. And again, I'm new here, I've only been here 9 months.
That was my question too, and that's what I said too. I was new to it, and I asked questions, you know, my questions was, like in the beginning of a term, I thought like when you request a raise for, you know, the chief is like, it would be for the 4 years. Say you wanted to give Chief Stelly a raise, you would say, I want this set amount for the chief for the next 4 years. I thought that's how it was supposed to be done. Is that not how it goes?
No.
It
Be done at any time, Mr. Larry?
It can be
Can
done
it?
now.
It can be
I think
done
what you
anytime.
might be thinking about, if you attempt to reduce the pay of any public official, it has to be done for the following term, not for the current term.
Yes. And his pay is set, and has been set, that, and he actually, the chief actually brought it to my attention, I wasn't aware of. You know, he says, you know, every re-election of us, of the elected officials, we have to look at Ordinance 1082, you know, and he's basically the only one that got any pay increase. He was well below the average, and still is, actually. I mean, Karen Crow's considerably higher. Lafayette, of course, is way, way higher. Crowley's higher. Dusson was even higher. I think he's in line with Dusson. Actually, I think he's below Dusson right now. He just got a pay raise. The new chief there, Judice, he just petitioned, and he is appointed, not elected. Chief Stelly is elected. So we just follow the ordinance. It's not.
Right, and that's why I wanted to, that was my question, because I was wondering when they got the, you know, when the raise came into effect, could it be done at the beginning of it, you know?
Not decided, it's
Right,
ordinance.
I'm just, like I said, I'm new to this too, and I wanna do it the right
We're
way.
gonna learn together.
So, I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
So you just need somebody to introduce the ordinance.
Yeah, we need to introduce the ordinance.
One more.
That needs a motion, just introduce.
Moved by, you gonna introduce it? Okay, it's been introduced by Mr. Duce. Second by Mr. Bowden.
It doesn't need to
We
be
don't
said,
need to say.
just an introduction.
All right. So, we need to, I guess we need a vote on it, right?
No.
Okay.
What you need to do is set up a public hearing.
We got that, that's next.
the next public hearing is not gonna be Wednesday, it's gonna be another day, right?
Well, that's the
October
next thing on the,
12th.
that's
Okay,
the
all
next
right,
thing on the
okay, all
agenda.
right. So, we need a,
I move that we have a public hearing.
Public hearing.
October 12th at 6 o'clock p.m. for ordinance 1082.
okay, it's been moved by Mr. Fontenot,
Would you second that?
Yes.
yeah, second by Mr. Ducey. Will you vote on it?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, and then, 3C, behind, tab 3C, we did that one, right? Motion for public hearing? That one's been done. Okay, and y'all know that it's been paid back. So, we're on number 6, right?
Oh, you have a note that we left, we still have ordinance 1083 on the table.
Closing of the railroad.
Yeah, that's
still on the table.
number 6. Yeah, okay, I see at the top. Yes, we still have on the table the ordinance 1083 for the closing of the railroad crossing located at Parkerson Street. I got a letter back from the railroad, BNSF, and they agreed to the $35,000 that I had asked for. They offered 20, and just prior to the meeting that we had concerning that railroad closure, they bumped it $5,000 to $25,000. And then y'all know we had a meeting here with the officials from the railroad and DOTD, and y'all thought it was a joke, but I was serious. I had I sent them a letter asking them for $35,000. And it was a long time coming, and Tim, they didn't answer. And we just sat and we waited, and I had some demands of repairs of the other crossings within the city. And I also asked them to please leave us alone after they close that one. And a few other things. And I just got a response this past Friday, and I notified Tim. I said, well, we got our $35,000, but they're wanting some other things done, and I'm gonna negotiate with Mr. Julien. We're almost there, even though none of us want that crossing closed. We got our $35,000, so we're happy with that, and now we're gonna work on the few other things. The approaches we're gonna fix. I got with the guys that are doing American Legion Drive, and we're gonna repair those approaches affordably where it's a smooth crossing. The railroad is gonna repair the actual center tables or cement pads, and on Llama Road, that's the parish's issue, so I'm gonna contact the police jury and ask them to please fix Llama Road, because for emergency vehicles, we want a good smooth crossing. So they should work with BNSF on the pads there, and I even told them, I'm gonna tell them in a writing that they can use the ones from Parkerson to do the repairs. It makes it more affordable, and that they would take care of the blacktop approaches. So we're gonna take care of Renus on the approaches. Parkerson's out. We're gonna look at South Polk, North Polk. The one at 35 is the state's problem, it's not ours. If it's a rough crossing, I'm gonna ask the state to do their part. Section Street, we're gonna look at that. If that needs any repairs, we're gonna fix that. I think Cawn Drive is a pretty calm crossing. So within the next couple of 2 or 3 months, we should have all the crossings really safe and smooth going over. And, unfortunately, we'll have Parkerson closed. They say by the end of the year. But
Somebody was out there today.
I saw that, but they didn't pull anything up.
No, I just noticed.
They're doing a survey of it, and
doing all that stuff.
unfortunately, that's the inevitable. It's going to happen. But,
Polk is probably your best crossing, right?
yeah, but we're going to fix them all. Arenas is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna fix them all, and hopefully we got a good, we'll have it, while the guys are here, we're gonna get it fixed sooner than later. So that's still on the table, and and I'm gonna work with BNSF and try and finalize it, because we don't wanna lose any more than we have. Unfortunately, we lose in the crossing. So we're gonna leave that on the table, right? Okay, so we go to number 6, resolutions. Look behind tab 4. We have a resolution declaring October 3rd, 2015 through October 12th, 2015 as Acadian Heritage Celebration period. That's the Grand Rave program that's coming through the state. The city's involved in that, we're part of that, and it's just, we're gonna acknowledge that. So I need a motion to consider that resolution. Moved by Mr. Fontenot, second by Ms. Minix, to be a part of that. And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, number 7, new business. We need to consider the retirement of Mr. Warren Julien Sr. as a member of the Rayne Planning and Zoning Committee Board. He's retired, and he's decided not to participate anymore in that. And we appreciate all his, I don't think he's here tonight, but we appreciate all he's done on the planning and zoning committee that he's served on for a number of years. So anyhow, we need a motion to accept his resignation. Moved by Mr. Babineau.
I think.
Second by Mr. Guidry, to accept Mr. Warren Julien Sr.'s resignation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, under 7B, we need to consider appointing Mr. Senegal as a member to replace Mr. Julien to the Rayne Planning and Zoning Committee Board for a 5-year term. That's the normal appointment, is 5 years. And I talked to Mr. Sanders. Mr. Sanders is here tonight. And you okay with that? Everything's still good, Mr. Sanders?
Everything's fine, thank you.
Good. We appreciate you considering serving, and we can't wait to get you on the board. You know when the meetings are, we'll get in touch with you soon enough so you know where it's at. So I need a motion for that.
I make a motion.
It's been moved by Mr. Guidry and second by Mr. Babineau to accept Mr. Sanders Senegal as a member of the Rayne Planning and Zoning Committee Board for the next 5 years. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, behind tab 5, you're gonna see there's a street drive by the Rayne Lions Club. Rayne Lions Club is wanting to do a street drive. They've held the street drives for the last 50 years. Lions Club, Louisiana Eye Foundation, Lions Club, Louisiana Kids Camp, and the various local charitable opportunities. Mr. Ben Lawman has asked that we allow them on Highway 90 at Texas Avenue, Highway 90 at Polk Street, and Highway 90 at 35 on November 6th and 7th of this year. And on the 6th, they want to go from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the 6th, and November 7th at 8 a.m., and they would finish at 5 p.m. on the 6th and at 1 p.m. on the 7th. So,
I make a motion.
okay, it's been moved by Mr. Guidry, second by Mr. Busey, to allow them to have a street drive on those dates. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, the next thing is we have behind tab 6. As y'all know, we're a member of the Leaper family, and we have 2 of the gentlemen from Leaper here tonight with us, if there's any questions. And we're wanting to enter into an agreement. We belong to the new generating plant that's getting ready to get started. I think it's November.
Correct.
We go online in November, and the generating plant is gonna help with our utilities in the long haul, and we're gonna have our own generating participation in that. We became a member. Jimbo had initiated with y'all, and last year Roland, or year before, Roland signed up officially, and now we're gonna be part of, you know, seeing that it gets operated with them. But being it's a new plant, it has, we have an opportunity because we have to give shared profits from that plant because it has administration costs and operating costs as being a new plant starting. So LEPR, thank God, has helped us to allow us to get, by giving 15% of our profit, right, shared profit.
Of an energy margin.
Of an energy margin, it's minor. It allows the other members that aren't part of the LEPA 1 to share equally, so everyone's on a fair playing field. So when we generate our wholesale value, that is going to be fairly generated across all the co-op members within the group. Is that correct?
Correct.
And by doing that, it keeps us with stable utility rates. There's only 2 cities in the LEPA family that we're part of that it would have affected as an increase had we not entered into this contract. One of them is Mayor Tony Galata's city, Plaquemine. Unfortunately, he died, but they're going to enter into the agreement. I talked to Mayor Galata many times. I mean, it's kind of odd seeing that he died, but we had a lot of conversations, and he's been a mayor for 23 years, 6th term. It's his 6th term in 23 years, and he helped me to go through all this as well as y'all, and I appreciate y'all educating me. I'm new here, and it takes a while to learn it, but it's the very best thing that we can do for our community to assure continued low utility rates. Of course, things can happen. You know, we could have a spike in generating costs because of the fuel increase, but right now we're enjoying really low natural gas prices, so it's a positive thing. So
I got a question. Is it a coal-fired or?
It's a combined cycle natural gas facility. It basically, in a layman's terms, basically it's a jet engine type of combustion, and then the exhaust heat is captured in a boiler to generate steam and generate more electricity. So effectively, you generate electricity with only one burn of fuel, and you generate electricity twice from it. It's very efficient. You know, it's
state of the art.
Yeah, it's the technology mitigation.
But y'all have it down pretty much to the science, you know.
And we try to minimize any risk out there without paying too much for that risk mitigation process. It's a balance.
They want to keep us as a member, you know, of course. You know, we're in it now because of this generating plant. We are very fortunate to have the opportunity to be part of this generating deal because you're not held hostage to the market, the open market.
That's
we
correct.
have some avenues to create savings, and they've done some graphs for me, and I know you've done it in the past for the other mayors and council and everything else, and I'll share that with y'all. You know, everybody thinks Rayne's utilities are really high. You just don't know. They're considerably higher in a lot of other cities, and I think the community looks at our water bills and they marry the two together because it is one bill. And they claim it as electricity. But if you separate it, and it is separated on your bill, the utilities themselves, electrical utilities, are very affordable, you know, in comparison to all the other cities. We're in the middle.
You compare favorably with most other cities out there.
Very favorable. When it's just electrical, not water.
And that's all we look at, yes.
So that's all everyone should
Why
really
was
do.
only just a few cities that getting involved with y'all? You know, why y'all
because
pick
they had
Rayne?
generating opportunity in the past. Rayne generated its own utilities for many years, and had we not had the generating facility, which has our ability to switch utilities, then we couldn't be part of it. Not every city, in fact, no city that never had generation before would have the ability to be part of LEPA, right?
Well,
You gotta
if they
have
had
it
distribution, they could, and some of them had generation years and years ago. But the bottom line here, it's a palatability, and some people look at it. You know, to gain the efficiencies that we're going to get out of this unit with 6 municipalities taking place, we were able to build a unit that was going to be fairly efficient. Okay, to try to build that for a city your size, you couldn't have done it.
Couldn't afford to know.
You would have never got the efficiency on a unit that small. They don't even make anything that would really fit you. It was an opportunity for you to own some generation that's going to be efficient in the new world in sharing costs with others. And that opportunity is not going to run around every day. But, you know, as time goes on, the market out there for electricity, and there is a market, believe me, it is extremely volatile, okay? And what you really want to do is you want to have some of your resources kind of fixed, and some of them may be in the market, and some may be over here with another purchase power agreement. And what you really want is a good blend so that when any of these things take off, you can dump that and use your other stuff.
Not have all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, so it's all a matter of diversity, and the reality of it is not everybody had the same palatability for ownership because of the commitment involved, because you're going to own this thing for that life, that 50 years. But, you know, I think it's a good deal. It boils down to, would you rather rent or do you want to buy? Because in the long haul, whatever you're getting from the market, that's something somebody else built, and they're doing it to sell for a profit. So,
and actually, Cordell and them, they work for us. You know, it's not like we're dealing with a person on the other end of the table that's trying to sell us something. They actually physically work for us because we are a partner. We own part of LEAP. LEAP is
we're a joint action agency, and our board of directors is made up of one representative from each municipality, and the entirety of our staff works at the pleasure of that board. So, you know, I work for him just as well as I do any other mayor or whoever sitting on my board, and we're incentivized to do what you want us to do and what's right for you, because if we don't, just get rid of us and get somebody else. You have that authority.
They have operating committee, they have, you know, all the different committees.
So we're an extension of your staff.
As long as it benefits the city of Rayne,
That's all we
the
want,
utilities,
you know?
that's what we want.
It does. And in actuality, and I have to say, gas costs are kind of coming down a little bit, and you've experienced some good electric rates this past summer compared to some of the other ones, and we see it going down even further this fall. So.
Yeah, so there's daylight. So anyhow, we need I need somebody to
Make a motion there.
It's been moved by Mr. Gidry, second by Mr. Ducey to enter into the agreement, to allow me to enter into the agreement with LEAP. So all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes carried. Thank y'all very much. Y'all can stay for the meeting, but hopefully it's gonna go quick. But thank y'all very much for coming. We appreciate all the work you did to explain it to me. And I know it took a lot of y'all time, and I appreciate the fact that y'all are looking out for Rayne's best interests.
And if any of the council members would like to come visit us, we're right there in Lafayette. You can come see what we do. I've been with the organization for 31 years now, and I think it's a great organization, does great work, and we have a lot of mayors and board members that roll up their sleeves and they get involved and they make things happen, which was a real disappointment seeing Mayor Galata go away because he'd been on our board for 22
He helped me
years.
a lot. I mean, we had a lot of phone conversations, you know, about this, and you know, I wanted to be sure that it was the best move for Rayne, because you know we want what's best for Rayne and for our customers.
And our goal is to bring that to you.
Yeah, because he was good. I mean, he was so easy to talk to, you know, and y'all do a good job too. And any one of y'all, we have a meeting this coming Friday.
That's correct.
It's at 10 o'clock.
That's correct.
If any of y'all are on the council, if y'all want to come ride with me, I go to the meetings, you know, I'm on the board. Y'all welcome to come. Y'all can ride with me, and we're not gonna go eat after because I'm on a diet. But we can go and you can sit in on a meeting and see how it goes. So, any of y'all want to go, y'all welcome to come anytime there's a meeting. Okay, thank y'all again. Number 8, we have unfinished business. Demolition projects, Mark?
We just got 2 projects that we visited from last month.
Nothing huge, just,
We had 2 projects we gave the owners 30 days to try to see what their best option was. First one is at 303 Malvern, is Clemens Thibodeau or Helen Butte.
are they here?
They were supposed to come back tonight.
Maybe they forgot, there was some elderly people, and he was sick, he was a little sick.
Well, that's the other one.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was
this
sick.
was
I mean, I know that they were told to come, but did we try and contact them as a courtesy?
No, I mean, you just made them understand that they were supposed to come back.
Yeah. We were gonna give them 30 days to decide. Do you know if they sold the property?
On this one here, they were gonna decide if they were gonna repair or demolish and let us know what they intended.
What do you think it was leaning to?
I mean, just in my professional opinion, I mean, I think it's gonna cost them more to try to repair it than what it's worth. I mean, it's pretty
You
far.
know if they had a potential buyer?
Wasn't that fellow that,
That's the other project.
oh, that's the other one?
That's the
Oh,
other one
okay.
that somebody was interested in.
I mean, I guess we gotta move on it, but,
I say get in touch with him again, you know.
To make sure.
Yeah.
that was Miss
Miss
Nixon.
Nixon, because I
Yeah.
think they were getting some estimates on trying to repair the house, what I
I
gathered.
just think it slipped their mind, they forgot about the meeting. Can, Mr. Larry, can we vote on this contingent upon their decision? I mean, I hate to,
What are you gonna vote on?
well, to demolish, providing they haven't, agreed to repair. Apparently, they forgot about the meeting. I mean, the gentleman was really, he didn't look well.
That's
And,
That's
it's-
not the same one.
These are
Two ladies.
Yeah, the two late, well, they, I mean, they were healthy, but they don't get
They
out.
were all older, and that's kind
Yeah.
of why they want to make them have to come back, you know.
It's-
The letter, the original letter we sent to them, it reads like this. It says, "The house located at this address would need to be demolished. The condition of the house will be brought before the mayor and board of aldermen at the next scheduled meeting. During this meeting, I will ask the council to set a deadline for the house to be demolished. This meeting will be held at city council at a date and time. You are hereby notified that as a property owner, request that you attend the council meeting and state your intentions for the house and property. If you have any questions, you can contact me."
I say just give them a call, Mark. See what they decided on.
Because I know from what I understood, they were getting some estimates to get the house repaired. The last I talked to Ms. Nixon, that's what they were doing because.
That one house, the one that porch is kind of.
Right, they were getting some estimates, Ms. Nixon, on, trying to repair the house.
Table this one.
Can we table it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's table it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the next meeting, to
Y'all-
the,
y'all
Get
had-
in touch with
just
us.
get-
Especially
Do y'all want
today,
them to come back to the meeting?
Well,
Just have
Well,
them
just
solve
tell,
what
yeah,
they
just
intend.
respond. I didn't say just respond, what they gonna do.
yeah. If they can't come, but you get an answer that, what their decision was, we can vote on it next meeting.
Did y'all vote on it already?
No, we gave them
No,
30
we
days.
gave them
in
30
order to
days.
Make a decision on what they wanted to do.
And then they can't tear it down because we have other family members that they didn't get in contact with. They have
That's why we're laying it.
other heirs that's in the
Well,
nursing home.
if there's no succession on the property, that really doesn't matter.
Mm.
So, let's, y'all wanna move on that?
Let's just table it
Table.
until-
Okay.
Because I think, like I said, they were getting estimates to repair. When I talked to Ms. Nixon, that's Ms. Lowe,
Yeah, Miss
Ms.
Anderson.
Ann, and they will get some estimates.
It was her and her sister, I think, yeah.
Right, to get the house repaired.
Right, they were just.
That's the
supposed to
last
come
I
The
back.
other house was at
That's the one that they was selling to Mr. White.
Yeah, Judge White's family.
They're next door to each other.
Right.
Yeah. So, do we have to just get a motion, a move on?
Just table.
That's it, we don't have to vote on it.
Table, what's the address?
This one is 303 Malvern.
I suggest we table 303 Malvern to 30 days.
And the other one is 305 or 7?
Okay, the other one, which they have been in contact with me, and they were getting estimates to tear the house down. And I gave them a list of contractors to contact.
They are gonna tear it down?
That's what I understand their intention is. You know,
Because that one we could move on.
Mr. You know, like I said, I don't have an official response because they didn't come in and state their intention.
Well, we better table
We live in Jenny, don't
Yeah, and it's hard. They came to City Hall one day,
it.
and
Yeah.
it's
You
hard.
wanna
to
table
try.
it, since you don't have,
I mean, unless there's a way that we can, vote on a contingent that I can contact them and find
That's
out
the
what
same thing
they're
we're gonna do for the other.
But your plans will be
Table it.
demolished it?
They were getting prices on the demolisher.
So
and,
you're gonna demolish it, you just gotta give them time
We
to
don't
do it.
have a for sure, thing that they're gonna demolish.
I don't
We just
have
said it
anything
was
that was
getting
stated before the
estimates on
council,
it.
you know, or on the.
what other options we have?
No,
Well,
that's
the
what
other
he
one, they were
said.
trying to sell
No,
it.
they were trying to sell it, yeah, and he was gonna sell it, Mr. White was gonna sell it.
And if we move that they got demolished, you can't sell it till after it's demolished.
That's why they was.
If we would have given the order to demolish, and then he has to disclose that to whoever he's selling it for, it kind of puts him at a disadvantage to try to sell the property because they know he's in a pickle.
So you want to table it, or what you want to do? You want to, would you rather table it?
That's about all we can do.
That's what we did for the first one, and
Yeah.
then next month, B-Day. I mean, we
Yeah,
gotta do
so
it.
call in like 2 days prior to the meeting.
And look,
Remind
maybe
them
you
about it.
maybe you can get him to say yes or no, so you don't have to come.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll just send a notice, it has to
You
be
know, I've had
demolished.
people in the past, they call me and say, look, you know, because of, you know, health problems, we
Yeah,
can't come,
I
but
mean,
we
you
intend to
can't
tear
get
it
those
down.
people to come out
And, you
here
know,
and sit
we'll
all
put a
day.
note in their file and state their intentions, and we'll record it and everything. If they wanna do that, we can do it that way.
So we'll
Get
get
it out of town.
so we can move on.
Yeah, it's hard for them to go back and forth, you know, I mean, I don't wanna make it more bad.
Okay, so
I
we're
put
gonna
them in
table
touch
that
with-
one too. What's the address on that one?
That one is, 307 Mile.
307 Malvin and 303 Malvin. We're gonna table it, and that's in your district, if you can follow up too, because, I mean, that's some, nice, really nice people. I think they just need it made understood.
I forgot.
Yeah, good for God.
Well, I put them in touch with somebody that tears them down for the wood, you know, and does them as cheap as possible, you know.
One of the houses looks like it's in decent shape, that one on the left.
A lot of these older houses, they never were built with termite shields, and all the seals are rotten. It's termite, or they have one little roof leak and it's just, you know, and it's like, the way, the type of construction that they were built, everything is 2x4 rafters and 2x4 joists, which none of that would meet code. Plus, the way the wall was built, you have no wall with sitting new rafters on. They were built with the old 1x12 type wall, and they were wrapped with like a siding or something. You know, it's, they were great at the time, they would never be.
So we're gonna table that until the next meeting, and then hopefully you can get in contact. And they don't have to come if they give you a definite answer of their intentions. Because next meeting, we're gonna move on it, one way or another. Is there anything else in the second section?
Second Street right here. The house is in the process of being.
Is that for Pastor Cozy Gage?
It's his nieces and nephews. And the ladies contacted me, and they're gonna board the house up, make it safe, so they can get their paperwork straight and get their affairs in order.
They're gonna tear it down?
They talked about trying to repair it, same thing, but at least I'm asking them to board the house up, make it safe.
Yeah, it's not safe.
Right, until they can get their affairs in order.
Anything on the trailer next door to that?
Mr. Red came in and,
To say, I saw it today.
I don't know, has he ever contacted
Is that a
me?
yellow trailer?
Yeah,
We had
I told him that if he could sell it to be moved away, we'd give him a little time to do that, but other than that, it's got to come down.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part, when guys are down,
No, the one next door. I mean, we're not gonna put utilities back on that trailer, I mean, it's really in bad
the
shape.
trailer, the whole back end had a real bad water leak for a long
It's
time.
in terrible shape,
It's all rotten.
it's a health hazard, danger.
On Edith Street, did the house that burned down over there? The end?
Yeah,
That one's gonna be torn out. Yeah, they already told me they're gonna tear it down, they were waiting on, insurance. Get the verification from the insurance and we'll tear it down.
okay. Is there any other?
Well, that's all we got right now.
That's it.
Mayor, probably would be a bad, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and get a motion to table both of those matters. till-
Okay. Okay, I need a motion to table 303 Malvin, is it Malvin? And 3 Lyman? It's not Malvin, and 307 Malvin. Okay, to the next meeting. It's been moved by Mr. Fondo, second by Ms. Meeks.
For both of them?
For both of them. And we need to vote on it, right, Mr. Larry?
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, that's it for that, Amor. Okay, number 9 is Police Department, Police Reserves. We have a laundry list. Okay, first one is A. We need to consider a recommendation by Police Chief Carol Stelly to accept a letter of resignation from Police Officer Tiffany Figueroa Domain. She's resigning, Chief. You got anything else?
And she also requesting to stay active on the reserve.
Okay. So we're only accepting a resignation as a police officer full-time, and she would just be on the reserve, as any other reserve officer. Okay, so, okay, it's been moved by Mr. Guidry, second by Mr. Ducey to accept, this Tiffany, Police Officer Tiffany Figueroa Dominguez resignation as a police officer, but she will stay on as a, reserve officer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, 9B. Consider the recommendation by Police Chief Carol Stelly to hire Tyler Scott as a Rayne police officer. Can you tell us about Mr. Scott?
Presently serving on our reserve. He's been an active member for 2 years. Prior to that, he worked as a jailer for the Acadian Heritage Sheriff Department. He attended the Corrections Academy while employed by the Sheriff's Office. And if you consider hiring, he's only gonna have to do a partial academy, 4 weeks.
To get commission?
Well, to finish his post certification. And also the city has an ordinance that all reserve officers that are seeking full-time employment be considered above anybody else for their service to the city.
So he's already taking a civil service test and then he's a reserve officer.
Okay, we need a motion to.
Motion to hire Tyler Scott to fill the position of Miss Tiffany Domain.
It's been moved by Mr. Babineau and second by Mr. Guidry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, under C, 9C. We need a motion to take from the table recommendation by Police Chief Carol Stelly that a part-time Rayne Police Department Transportation officer be immediately terminated for good cause in compliance with Rayne Municipal Ordinance 2-103 as opposed to accepting his resignation. Do you have any questions?
Just need a motion to take it off the table.
Take it off the table, okay. Motion, I need a motion.
I'll make one, move on the table.
Motion by Mr. Ducey. Second by Mr. Bell. You need a vote on it?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, we need to consider the recommendation by Police Chief Carol Stelly that Troy Menard, a part-time Rayne Police Department Transportation Officer, be immediately terminated for good cause in compliance with the Rayne Municipal Ordinance
How it could be good cause?
103.
I don't understand the good cause, I'm sorry.
Well, let me finish reading it. Hold on a second. As opposed to accepting his resignation. Chief Stelly, he asked the question. I'm gonna let you answer it again.
What's a good cause? We have to have good cause to terminate somebody. If I don't have cause, I can't move forward with it. It's just a legal term, good cause.
A good cause for terminating.
I understand that.
Is that good?
Mhm.
It's a good enough cause for you?
Excuse me, I have, but shouldn't he be on administrative leave with pay, and he hasn't been
No,
convicted
he's
of
just
it?
part-time.
He's part-time?
Yeah, he's just a transportation officer.
Assistant
Only
chief, yeah, the way
transports.
he worked and ran around the city.
I'm sorry?
I said the way he worked and ran around the city and was in control of everything.
He's just a transportation officer.
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought we was gonna have people come up to the podium.
Yeah, you wanna come up here?
Yeah.
You have something?
No,
Rules for
I'm
everybody.
Okay.
well, yeah, I'm from Lipa though, so I felt comfortable sitting down. Yeah.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Fontenot to, recommend, termination for Troy Menard.
That's like it here.
Second by Mr. Ducey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, next one is D, consider the recommendation by Police Chief Carol Stelly to hire Chris Menard as a part-time Rayne Police Department Transportation Officer. I guess that's to replace Troy. Okay.
What Chris is doing now? I mean, what kind of work he does?
He was actually, he was a part-time communication officer.
Still?
How long was he with you there?
Year. And he previously served years ago as a reserve officer. He's not commissioned, he doesn't have an arrest powers as a transportation officer. He's strictly to actually serve papers for the court, and to also transport the prisoner to and from court, and also to the sheriff's office.
Basically the same thing that Troy Menard.
Right.
You have any questions?
We checked on his background and everything else. It's all good.
No, I was just, you said that he wanted to, hire Mr. Menard as a transportation guy, so, is he legally, can he, be a transportation guy, Chief Stelly?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It's a part-time position.
It's part-time.
Oh,
And
so
he
he
was
can
working,
mix
he was working at Dispatch Communications, like he said, for a little over a year.
Oh, okay, I thought he no longer worked there, I thought he had got hurt and he was on disability.
He had assisted, I've seen him several times bring prisoners for the work detail as well.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking a question, and I don't mean that to Chief Stelly, I just thought that he had got hurt and he was on disability, and could he do that?
Well, we have
and on
several people
disability?
that work for the police department, part-time.
Yes, sir.
They're collecting disability.
I'm just asking a question.
And I'm just answering, there's several people, they retire, partially disabled, they work, and also along with the city, besides the police department, with the city. You know, the transportation, overseeing the prisons, we always use part-time labor to take care of that.
So I need somebody to move on that motion to consider the recommendation to hire Chris Menard. Unless you have some other questions. Been moved by Mr. Ducey. Need a second by Mr. Babineau to hire Chris Menard as a part-time Rayne Police Department Transportation Officer. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Ayes carried.
Chief Stelly, anybody else that applied for the job?
We actually hadn't advertised. Basically, it's a transfer within the department. Him moving over, and they're gonna hire another temporary part-time communication officer. We had somebody that was a fill-in, and she moved into that position. You know, it was kind of a move up. It was one that was just, you know, we call on when we need. Well, she's gonna take Chris's spot. Chris will work on Saturday and Sundays as communication officer. So Eric is gonna step in his position, and he's just moving over to take care of the transportation.
He's not ever gonna work over part-time, right? It's just part-time.
So really, truly, we have to advertise it. I mean, it just.
It's not a civil service, it's not a civil service position, it's a part-time position.
Okay?
Thank you.
Next is consider declaring a surplus property the following vehicle. You'll see behind tab 7. One Dodge 2006 Dodge Charger, VIN 2B3 KA43G56H 511196. Surplus, you're gonna bring it to, I guess, Eunice?
Yes, sir, it's got a long motor in it.
And you do that, and then let us know so we can drop the insurance, and I guess we can drop the insurance now.
Can you drive it?
We have to take the insurance off, Shannon.
Chief, that's not the one we just bought from Crowley. One of those?
It's a Chevrolet Impala walking crawler.
Oh.
This is a Dodge Charger, we've been having for several years, it's got over 200,000 miles. It just wasn't feasible to repair the engine.
The city buys used vehicles, low mileage, and they restore, rejuvenate them and use those to save money. I mean, it's almost not affordable to buy new vehicles, wear and tear. Okay, the next thing is liquor. What's that? Okay, we need a motion. Moved by Mr. Fondo, second by Mr. Doucet, to get rid of that as surplus. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes carried.